and it's going to be a lot of fun. So first of all, we want to say thanks to WORT for this opportunity, to Ken Rainier, the producer of this program. We really appreciate it. And remember that when you think about how important community radio is and what it brings to the Madison area. So it gives people opportunities like this and independent bands like these two guys a chance to get their music heard out there in the community. So it's a great thing. So welcome to the show. My name's Jason Hafman. Ben, Jason, yes, we are brothers. That's not the point of the program, though, so we're going to kind of keep that off to the side for most of the evening. But it is pretty cool to have your brother and put him live on the air and see what will happen. So anyway, he has to trust me. Kind of give people a little bit of your background musically. So, Brad, go ahead.
Brad Miller, again, thanks for having us. Appreciate it. As far as background goes, started early. Mom was a piano teacher, so if I didn't start there, we were disowned from the family. So started there, kind of progressed to violin, trumpet, and then finally got into the guitar and haven't stopped since.
And Ben, I know your story, but why don't you tell everybody else?
Yeah,
keep it a short story, Ben.
I'll try. I'm Ben Hafman. I started playing organ because my mom had an organ around the house. That was back before they actually had keyboards that had different sounds in them. You had to have a big, giant organ. But I taught myself how to play organ. I have music theory that way. Then I wanted to play football really bad, but my mom wouldn't let me. So then a couple of years, in the spring of 7th grade, I convinced my mom that I actually play guitar. And then that was when I'll check him out, whatever. And I met him, and he was okay, I guess.
So probably over a year he tried to get us together, but
yeah,
we were both too lazy probably to...
Yeah,
no, you're supposed to say too busy. Too busy.
Yeah.
Sounds better.
We were at the library studying a lot.
Studying didn't happen very much. But I went over to Brad's, and he's like, dude, I got recording stuff and all this other kind of things. And I played a couple songs for him that I had written and played. And then Brad's like, let's get started on recording these. And that was, like 2001.
Well, that's how it all started. And kind of just in general, your background musical influences, because we talked about the diversity of the record already. But Brad, what kind of things influenced you musically as you were growing up?
Probably close to high school, I started getting into Eddie Van Halen, things like that, as far as guitar goes. I really learned backwards. I could play the first Van Halen album front and back any day of the week, and I probably couldn't pick up the acoustic guitar and play Kumbaya. So I really had to relearn after that, and then I really got into a classical side, and it's helped my playing immensely. So.
And Ben, what about you, musical influences?
Well, the thing about me is I have to like a good singer. So, growing up when I was a kid, I liked Michael Jackson, George Michael, Richard Marx, that kind of stuff. And then I got my guitar when I was 13. That was kind of right when the grunge music kind of took off. And then Alice in Chains became like my favorite band, and Soundgarden, and then Tool. And then in college, I started studying arranging and stuff, and then I started listening more to Fool and Seal, and then some classical music and stuff that helped me develop a different style that I think shows up more in the newer songs that we have.
And speaking of Alice in Chains, this next track that we're going to listen to in a minute, I Can't Take It. A lot of people that I've heard listen to it have said, "Wow, that sounds a lot like that grunge kind of era." So talk about how that song came about. This one we're going to listen to, I Can't Take It.
Well,
Brad had
because I know Brad. Yeah,
yep.
you started that.
One of those things. I emailed to Ben and thought, boy, what's he gonna do with this one?
Well, the song's written about actually my work. Well, work in general, working. I remember when I was a kid, there was a song called "Take This Job and Shove It." I remember thinking, they had to take this job and shove it. And I was like, man, that guy doesn't sound very mad, but he just doesn't like his job, right? Well, this song, you can tell the guy doesn't like his job. So it's a pretty cool song.
All right, well,
I don't know who the guy is or what job it is, but he doesn't like it.
It'll be the next theme for people that don't like their job. Let's play I Can't Take It now.
And then I come in that last chorus, and I just let it out, and it's awesome. And the thing that Brad always does that I really love is he'll kind of like float some guitar stuff over the top of what I'm singing, which just enhances it even more and just brings out my vocals even better. It's weird. And you'll hear it in the last chorus of Don't Wake Me how much different it is. Then we end with a cappella kind of stuff. And
Brad, when Ben first came to you with the song, what did you think? Because it was quite a bit different than other songs.
I think he played for on piano for me the first time. Then we kind of toyed around with strings, that idea. Most of the songs are straightforward. This one, Fool, I think we had 30 to 36 tracks.
Yeah.
Because Ben had quite a few arrangements.
Poor Brad. A lot of mixing on those. That's the best part. I show up. I think I went up there 13 times. I sang my parts and played my parts. And then Brad had to mix everything and rearrange everything and all this kind of stuff. He does a lot.
We already had two songs done in the new one. I think this time around we have a little bit better process. Hopefully it's not going to take that long. I mean, it's working. We kind of know what to do, how to send things, and hopefully we can make a few more trips up to the studio so we can get a few things done. But it's going well. It's I guess I want to say more basic, but it's bigger sounding, if that makes any sense.
So it was great to have you in studio to just get some thoughts, some ideas, and some insight here into what made up this first album and what's going forward for you guys. And I think a lot of people are excited to hear that you're continuing on and working on music still. So Brad, why don't you tell us a little bit about how that is really kind of that first album's kind of fueled you to continue on?
I'm definitely excited to keep going with the second one. Again, we haven't even written all the songs for the second one, so I'm just excited to see what Ben brings to the table, and hopefully I can add stuff that doesn't stink too bad to it.
You guys are so complimentary.
Well, the nice thing is, like, I've already got like 6 different ideas from Brad. Like, he'll email me them all the time. So different, riffs and stuff. The slowest part is me coming up with words, to be honest with you. Like, I can come up with melody, no problem, but it's the words that are the hardest part. So.
Yeah. But I want to say thank you to you guys for coming down. Ben Hafman, Brad Miller, the band Countervoid. Keep going, guys. It's been great stuff. And thanks to Ken Rainier, our producer tonight of the Access Hour.